All right, guys, as you have been asking, we are still doing the podcast at least once a week. We are just after stream. I've got Sparky on the call. We've got a few little things that we want to go through. First of all is 16 things that people do that are stupid in the movies. Because, people are stupid. Apparently, it was Evan or Shade that made this article. So thank you to both. Are featured in this article. Appreciate you both. Thanks for being here. Everybody, welcome Sparky. Sparky, thank you for getting on here.
Yes, thanks for having me.
We're day drinking today. What are you day drinking, Sparky?
I am having a screwdriver. So, vodka and orange juice.
Vodka and orange juice. All right. And I've got tequila with some margarita mix. Some mango margarita mix. And apparently the margarita mix is much, much more dense than the tequila. That's okay. I'll get through the tequila down to the mix eventually.
Right.
Event sometime between now and sometime. All right, so let's see first thing. Let's see the first thing. We're not going to read through the whole thing, guys, but we are going to touch on some of the things. One of the first things is hanging out in the dark. Tell me, Sparky, why is hanging out in the dark the worst thing ever?
Because they can sneak up on you.
Because they
just,
can...
No.
I don't know. It seems like the dark would be a good place to hide. Like if I'm in a horror flick and the monster's coming after me, in reality, that monster most likely is not going to be able to see in the dark, though. So it doesn't seem like... Unless it's like... I think this one was Lights Out. I think this is a photo from Lights... Yeah, this is the photo from Lights Out. If you are being attacked by a supernatural being, then why on God's green earth would you hang out in the dark? And then why would you stand there and turn the lights on and off again and watch it come closer to you? Like, that's just a no-go. So, Lights Out, yeah, that was a pet peeve of mine. But, I mean, if it was Chainsaw Massacre or...
if it's a physical being and you're hiding in the dark, that's one thing. But if it's, supernatural, there is no freaking hiding from it.
You can't hide in the dark from the supernatural. So I don't know if this one's an all-around one, but yeah. If it's okay. Having sex. Now, this is a big one, because even in the Scream films, this was, one of the top, I think, 2 or 3 rules.
Right, it's like, oh, you're running for your life. Let's pursue this romantic interest. It's like, no, don't.
That's not. No. Most of the people that have sex in horror films have sex before they know they're being hunted. I'm not sure if you could live like this, and why wouldn't you want to have sex if you're going to die anyway?
But in the, was it Freddy Krueger? When, it's right after, Johnny Depp's character and the other girl, he kills them after they have sex. So it's like, oh, I'm just gonna, lay my guard down, and, yeah.
I mean, at least he was nice enough to wait until they were done.
Yeah, that's because he's a perv, so,
Johnny Depp's a perv.
No, Freddy Krueger's the perv.
I'm gonna call Johnny Depp, let him know that you think
he's a perv. We support Johnny Depp. Screw Amber Heard.
Screw him. Hey, no, we're not gonna get into that. That is a can of worms. All right, hide in the vicinity of the killer. So, I mean, this is...
okay, yeah, that's stupid.
Yes.
Jump out the window and run at that point. Just go.
That just seems like a one-way ticket to breaking an already broken ankle. I would like to add something to this. I would actually like to add something to this. There's 2 things that you should not be in any horror film. Blonde or black.
Yeah.
Both those, you're guaranteed to die.
Oh, yeah.
If you're the black
and
dude.
It's always, the ditzy blonde dude. It's usually always the ditzy blonde, though. Or the Chads.
you can't be blonde, and you cannot be black. The black guy always gets it in basically all horror films, unless no, even the black guy got it in Deep Blue Sea, Deep Blue. What was that one called with the sharks? God damn it.
I think it was Deep Blue.
Yeah, I think it's Deep Blue. Well, one black guy made it out. LL Cool J made it out. Morgan Freeman, not so much. Not so much.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much. But yes, hiding in the vicinity of the killer is going to be a no-go. He's going to realize that you stop running away as he's walking towards you. And once he realizes that you're there, he's just going to start searching. So, yes. Okay, what do we hear?
The also thing that
Go ahead.
The other thing that bothers me about that is that, like, why wouldn't you just arm yourself and attack the person who's chasing you? Like,
I know, like,
if you have like two people in a house and there's this one killer, gang up on the one killer. You know what I mean? Like, why would you just not? Ugh.
I mean, especially like in the famous movie Scream, when she is over there talking to the bad guy, who is being ultra creepy, and then playing with a knife.
White mask who walks around and stalks babysitters.
Hey, and she doesn't.
And she doesn't grab
take
the knife
with her. Arm yourself.
Right. Instead, what does she do? She locks the back door. Right. She doesn't go back and grab a knife.
Ugh.
Right. And then the popcorn's even there for her to think, huh.
Yes?
I told you not to. And this is like the part where she says, my boyfriend's big, and he's gonna kick your ass. And then she like turns on the back lights. And so now she's running through the house. She's locking all the goddamn doors. But what didn't she grab?
Knife.
Why haven't you grabbed the knife or the hot ass popcorn?
Right. Anything. Take your big giant cast iron skillet from the kitchen.
Right.
Even that would help you.
even that would help with what is going on. Like, what is wrong with her in her head? Right? Okay. All right. Skip safety check before getting in a car. Elaborate on that one.
All right, so when I was a kid, my parents always told me, like, if you're in a city, like you're at a hotel or whatever, before you get into your car or like a parking garage or whatever like that, always like shine the back of your back seat and look underneath your car to make sure there isn't someone hiding underneath your car or in your back seat, because then you sit down and then, you know, you're screwed.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever owned a car that would unlock all four doors at the same time with one push of a button?
I don't drive, but...
What is wrong with you?
I have very bad eyes.
Okay. So when automatic door locks first came out on cars, it would unlock all four car doors at the same time with one push of a button. I can't remember if it was a lawsuit, but there were a lot of women who were getting attacked. Believe it or not, there were more men. There were more men. They're actually, the weird thing, more men get attacked in violent crimes than women do, but it's women that we worry about more.
But even today, like a couple years ago, I saw an article about these men were trying to steal like cars and like purses and shit. So when the woman would go inside to pay for gas, a guy would hide either underneath her car or right by the yeah. And when she would get back in the car, they'd, you know.
Well, that's what I was gonna go back.
So it's still it's still an issue today. Yeah, which is unfortunate, but.
So I mean, not to say this solved it, but there was a time where the automatic door locks would unlock all four doors, and that became a big deal. Is what people would do if they wanted to steal something from somebody in a parking lot, is they would wait until you came out of there, and then while you're putting groceries away or whatnot, they would sneak into the back door. That's why now when you press it, it only unlocks one door.
Right. And then you don't have to rush to lock all your doors when you get back in.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's a good one. You definitely do want to do the safety check. I mean, here's the funny thing. is wouldn't it be cool if there was a horror flick where you did the safety check and then she goes, "Oh my god, she's here," and it breaks her ankle trying to run away.
Right, right.
I
Another
want
thing
to
is
see that.
if you do park your car in a parking garage, I'm trying to remember if it's stairwells that no, usually elevators have cameras. Stairs sometimes don't have cameras. Just check for cameras. Make sure that you're actually being seen because parking garages are a place where people will try to screw with you. I haven't experienced it, but in shadier cities that is an issue.
I have
So,
I have a fix for these things. Carry a gun.
Yes, yes.
Carry a
I'm
gun.
also a proponent of, concealed carries. They're awesome.
I started teaching my daughter. Somebody was all pissed off at me one day, but I started teaching my daughter to shoot when she was 12. And somebody said,
No,
"Why
I
are
learned
you
when
doing?"
I was 12.
Yeah. Somebody was like, "Why are you doing this?" And I go, "Because a restraining order is a piece of paper."
It's true. It's true. A
like-
restraining order does nothing, and then half the time, by the time you need a restraining order, the cops aren't going to do anything about it.
But just
Yeah, no,
going-
that's the thing.
Just getting off of this, checking the safety. I don't think this is a 100%. I think she's going to see the bad guy back there, scream, try to run away, break her ankle, and still get the axe in the face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, going into an obviously unsafe house. So this was done by
Alright,
Chainsaw Massacre, Don't Breathe. I mean, this is pretty much every horror story ever.
I've seen Don't Breathe, and the preface is of that movie is there are these couple thieves, and this girl, she's a thief. She's trying to get money to get her little half sister out of her mother's not a great person, so they decide to steal money from this old man who's blind, and I think his daughter died in like a car accident.
Yeah,
hit by a drunk driver.
He has like no recourse or doesn't give a shit anymore. Like
Basically. And one, you're an asshole for trying to steal from a blind man. Two, you do realize that it is his house. It's his home turf. Like, you are not, you don't have an advantage in this situation.
Yeah. No, I've completely.
He literally cuts the lights on them, and they're
just as fucked as him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this one also goes into the Jeepers Creepers clip that we have here, where there's an obvious black dangerous hole.
Hey! Anybody down there?
And it's like, we just got attacked on the road, but I'm gonna go down there because I'm special.
I also hate movies like The Descent. I do not like spelunking. I do not like underground or underwater caves. It's so freaking creepy. You're in the bowels of the earth. If the earth shifts, you could be trapped down there forever. Like, the hell? No. No. No.
I mean, I'm on board with you. I don't want to go spelunking either, but I mean...
Oh yeah, there's this deep dark hole. Let's go investigate.
Let's go investigate the deep dark hole. It'll be alright.
No.
It'll be okay.
And then the other thing that bothers me is they never bring any supplies, so they never bring bungee gear. They never bring, like, what is it, the hiker's axe? Like the hiker's pickaxe.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah. No,
so you can, like, climb up rocks and shit.
She had a bunch of weapons. She had a bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly the main entertainment value was her, like, kicking ass near the end. And being,
but there's two versions of that movie. The one where she gets out, and then the one where she thinks she gets out, but she's still stuck down there.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that one. Getting trapped is really dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Everybody in Scream. Okay, again, this goes back. Don't be blonde in horror flicks. Especially with big titties. If you are blonde with big titties, you're dead.
Even the buff blonde dudes though die too.
Wait, that's because they got big titties.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I didn't. Did I say this was exclusive? Did you
No,
misgender
no,
my
no.
comment? You better say 5 Zerzers. To Pettits.
Oh,
But yes, no, I love this. I love this one. This one's definitely when she gets stuck in the doggy door and like gets stabbed 15 times. That is just the best. All right, be as noisy as possible while trying to escape.
all right. So my thoughts on this: it's like, okay, they're in the house, and they've gotten separated from somebody else, and they're like, "Hello, are you there?" No, shut up. Keep walking.
Yes. Oh! Oh my god, this what pisses me off. Oh my god, when you find out that there's a video that's gonna kill you in so many hours, and you go to
Yeah,
watch it anyway.
Why would you?
Why would
That
you
makes
go
no
and watch
sense.
that? Why would you go and watch that? Like, what? Look, somebody told me
It's
that
better
venomous
not
snakes
knowing.
the venom or poisonous snakes are deadly. I don't need to go and see if make sure for myself and get bitten. Like, you know, I just, oh my god, oh my god, yes, no, that one definitely pisses me off. Oh my god, stop doing shit that you know is going to kill you. Forget how to run.
Yes.
Can this one be
They always do
prevented
this like,
though?
okay, so in my head I always picture like the person who starts to run and then looks behind them to see if they're still being chased. It's like, no, you know you're still being chased. Keep freaking running. Don't stop. Knees to chest. Like
Yeah, needs a chest bit.
knees
Let's
to
see.
chest. Just keep going.
What do we
Um if anyone has seen like have you seen Stranger Things?
I have not watched it all the way through just yet.
Okay, then I won't finish this sentence.
I have not watched. I can't get past the first season. I'm having such a hard time.
Okay, then I'll tell you anyway. So Sean Astin's character, they're getting chased by the demi dogs. So the Demigorgon, the smaller ones, they look like kind of like dogs, and they run and they're fast. And he literally just stops running. Like he's like 5 feet from the frickin' front door to get out, and he stops running. No.
Just to look back.
Yeah, it is like he could have freaking made it out if he just kept running.
Yes. No, this one is definitely it. Women in high heels should take off the high heels before they start running.
Always. And actually, like in certain horror movies now, they actually do that. Like especially in the ones where the girls do kick ass and do decide to fight back against, who's chasing them. They usually will just ditch the high heels.
There is an exception to this. There's an exception to this rule.
The one I'm thinking of is Final Girl. It has Abigail Breslin in it, and she goes to this like the woods with these like 4 guys, and they're suspected of killing women for sport.
It is
and
Claire in releasing the Rex. This no shit. This is her dead sprint in actual high heels. This was actually she actually did this.
I mean, it can be done, but why would you? Like.
But I mean, you've got to respect the dedication.
Right.
That is a dead sprint in high heels.
Yeah.
She did that. She actually did it for real because they told her. Apparently, they told her on set take off the high heels. She goes, "No, I can do this in high heels." She said that. She said, "Oh, why? Why?" Because she said real women don't take off their heels anyway.
Smart women take off their heels when they run. But anyway, Final Girl, she ends up you know, basically she ends up hunting the four guys down, and one of them has a pair of like boots, and she, ditches her high heels and steals his boots after she kills him, and she, oh, that's a
That's
good
awesome.
movie.
No, that's good. That's cool.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
All right, what's this? Assume that the obviously crazy person is totally fine.
This is like the trust but verify thing I was talking about earlier.
Right?
Like,
No, I mean, it's like the one guy in Alien, like the robots in Alien, or the cyborgs, or whatever, the prosthetic humans. Like you can't trust any of those people. Like
right, it's like,
obviously you can't trust them.
yeah, but it's like, okay, you, so and so, your friend went off with this person. That person comes back without your friend. It's a little sus. Like,
It's not more than a little sus, right? I mean,
yeah, it's like, oh no, I don't know what happened. It's like, why didn't you stick together? The hell? This makes no sense.
all right.
There's always safety in numbers, you know?
Okay. Living in a haunted house. This one, I've got a problem with this one. There's no way that you know the house is haunted before moving into it. Right? The only thing
Not you.
The only thing that excuse me. The only thing that the seller has to disclose is if there was a murder there. That's it. If somebody dies there, like in the house that I'm in, my father-in-law passed away in the house. I don't have to tell anybody about that. And if I am a seller, I'm not legally obligated to tell the people that there was a death in the house. I'm just gonna be like,
Do they
nope.
disclose? Do they disclose the? I'm trying to think of a word so that we don't get like, YouTube banned. Um, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
The thing of it is, like, the ones that they're using, the guys in Amityville, they knew it was haunted. The people in The Conjuring did not know it was haunted. The people in Paranormal Activity, see, this is something that tells me that the author didn't do their research, because it was not the house that was haunted in Paranormal Activity.
No, it was the people that was haunted, wasn't it?
It was the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
The sisters were the apex of a cult, and they ended up choosing only one sister because they were the brides of this demon.
But I legit have lived in a haunted apartment. We didn't know it was haunted before we moved in.
Yeah, no, I lived in a place. I told you about this years ago, or over a year ago, and I'll tell it to you again. There was a place I lived in where my wife and I would go out, like nobody would be home at all, and my wife and I would go out, and there would be like a string of plates from the kitchen to the living room in a straight line lined up when we got back. And the thing of it is, we have dogs. We've always had dogs, and dogs are not going to sit there and just allow somebody to come in and start messing with plates.
Oh no.
Right? So, like, and I'm not saying like big, porcelain. These are paper plates, except that they were up in a corner. There's no drafts in this corner because it's up. It's away from any AC. But it was 2 times that we came home, and there was a straight line of plates, And every once in a while, I would wake up in the middle of the night, and there'd be somebody standing at the foot of my bed.
In the apartment that I was staying at, I was home alone one day and I was taking a shower, and I got out of the shower and I saw a shadow person go from one side of my father-in-law's room to the other, like in front of the door. Yeah, no, I was that was not fun. And then the basement door had a lock on it, and it would keep popping open for no reason, like at all. We'd come home and the front door was right next to the door to the basement. And we'd come home and the door would be popped open. Another time, we lived with a roommate, and my husband and I were in the living room, and there's a hallway behind it. and we heard, the sound of a plastic bag being set down in the kitchen, and we heard what sounded like footsteps in the hallway behind where we were sitting. And so we called out to our roommate. We didn't hear anything, and we investigated, and there was nothing that could have made that sound, and our roommate was not home. So, yeah.
I can just imagine the next generation of horror films where it's going to be like some gal who's like, "Oh my god, did you see my latest TikTok?" And that'll be the whisper. That'll be the whisper in the person's ear. "Oh my god, did you see this meme?"
There's actually a horror movie, or it was a horror short. I think it was called Selfie or something.
Selfie.
But every time she took a selfie, the thing would get closer behind her.
Oh.
Like every time she looked through the camera.
She couldn't stop taking selfies.
Right. So eventually she put herself up against the wall so that it wouldn't be right there. But then she took the next. Hold on.
She died.
No.
The monsters got her. I heard the snarling in the background.
Yeah, they're barking at my husband. But yeah, so she turns around to look. She doesn't go to take, but it was literally right there, and it got her.
Right.
I think it was a horror short, but oh my god, that was
there was a
why?
Whole, there
why
was a
would
whole
you
movie
keep?
That was dedicated to a Facebook thing or unfriending somebody. Or there was one that was unfriend and whatnot. It wasn't that bad. I watched it through. Oh, Split Up. Yes, of course. I always love it when they get together and they're like, "Okay, guys, we got to stay together. All right, let's split up."
Right, and I'm gonna go. And to add on to this one, going to the very top of the house. Why? Why would you get yourself furthest away from the door?
It worked for King Kong.
Yeah, but I mean, but no, separating the party never works. It's you're better. Your chances are better off staying in numbers because, again, if you have a group of 5 people and there's only one killer, you can just gang up on that one. What is he gonna do? He can't pick you all off if you stay together.
Okay, so this one I wholeheartedly agree with. Hide the zombie infection from everybody else.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
A one-way. Yeah, this is just a one-way trip. Look, if you got it, you got it. You need to just admit that you got it. And you know what this comes from?
Right, or leave. At least leave.
Yeah. Well, this just stems from fears when it comes to something like a plague or something. Oh, you're just trying to hide your infection because you don't want because you want to be, with your family and whatnot. And that's all it really just stems from. It's really just, I when it comes to a zombie thing, but yeah. I mean, that one's, I think it's fairly obvious. Try to make contact with an unfriendly spirit.
Right?
Well, okay.
This kind of reminds me of Phasmophobia.
Right. Insidious is about a medium who is an expert in trying to get rid of... it didn't matter if they were... Again, I've got a problem with some of the examples they're giving. Poltergeist...
Right.
Poltergeist, the geist came after them, not the other way around. In Insidious, same thing. But in stuff like Paranormal Activity, yes, he should not have tried to talk to the goddamn ghost so it could burn the Ouija board in front of him. Right? I mean, yes.
I have an example for this, but not a horror movie, but like a TV show. I think it's the one with Zach Bagans. I can't remember what it's called. But he always he always tries to be really aggressive towards the spirits and shit. It's just why would it's people have been pushed here. Why would you then tell go ahead, push me? You know it's violent.
What you got, ho? Come on. Let's push me. Let's go.
Yeah, and then they freak out when shit actually does happen. They're just oh, it's what were you expecting?
Investigating creepy noises. Yes,
this one also is stupid. You're in a house, you're all by yourself, you hear creaking upstairs, and you know you're the only one home. Get the F out of the house.
I've got a bone to pick. I've got a bone to pick with this one. I'm just gonna lay out a scenario because we all know the man's gonna get it. Me and my wife laying in bed. Creepy noise happens.
Hey, go
Who
check
you
that
think,
out.
babe? Go check that out for me. If you die, I'll know I need to crawl out the window. Like, what was it? Who was it? It was like, how come men make more money? And he goes, how about because for some fucked up reason, when something bad happens, I either have to investigate or it's men and women first to get out of places. There you go. The world leveling itself out. Not Bill Maher. Is it Bill Maher? I forget who it is. He had a whole bit on this, but yeah, I've got a vote to pick about it. You know the man's gonna get it here because he's gonna be the one, and of course, guys don't want to be like they don't want to be like the guy who didn't go look at it, right? He's gonna,
Right,
oh,
but at
got it
least
for you, babe, right? I mean,
if you're at least gonna go investigate the noises, again, arm yourself. Don't just walk out with just a flashlight in your boxers. Like,
conceal carry
you know?
permits, conceal carry
Yes.
permits. Assume the killer is dead. Never fucking
Yeah,
assume the killer
no.
is dead.
No,
Never.
not unless you've put one between his eyes.
Not even then. It turns
Yeah,
out that Jason was a worm. Yep. Turns out that Jason ended up being a worm. He was alien. A psychopathic alien. But yeah, an alien. An alien. Yep. Never assume. Freddy Krueger never died. Jason never died. The guy from
Pennywise.
Scream. Pennywise isn't dead. Pennywise is definitely not dead. Definitely not dead. I mean, how many times have we seen the T-Rex supposedly die in Jurassic Park? So chainsaw. So what was this one again? 23 very dumb decisions characters made. What was it? The main character picks up a terrifying looking strange. Okay.
Yeah, don't pick up hitchhikers.
Again,
Unless they're people you know.
I have a bone to pick with this one. Don't move into don't move into that ancient house. This is only from people that haven't actually lived in old, really cool looking houses.
And, where I live, there are a lot of really old houses because, our state has been a state since the 1820s. So all the houses are old.
I got it. Okay. Yeah. Is this a bad spot to hide, or was this?
Yes.
Or was this just really good?
Because
for the killer?
Like, why would you hide immediately behind the door? Like, there's literally a wall right behind the other girl's head. Why didn't you hide right there? The killer can't get you from there. Oh no, I'm just gonna go in this really.
So what was this one? When the cops straight up tell the girl to leave the creepy calls because the creepy calls were coming from inside the house. And then she stays. Yeah.
And goes, is anyone there?
What was this descent? This one's fun. So when Juno lied to where the girls were going spelunking and told them the caves had already been mapped. Okay.
Yeah, because again, you don't want to go down a hole and no one's come back. Like, what the hell?
Okay, so I know what you did last summer. When Helen has that epic chase scene with the killer and she finally sees safety but decides to pause for 0.5 seconds, resulting in her murder. Why did you stop? This comes back to your saying this. Why did you stop? Don't stop running when you're running. Keep running.
Hey, you can catch your breath when you're in safety. Like, yes, your side's gonna hurt, but you know what? It's better than getting stabbed.
We talked about this one. The guy that thought it would be a good idea to lower himself into the hole.
Yeah, no.
Late shift. I haven't watched this. I gotta watch this. So Officer Jessica Lorraine clearly knew that there was some serious, scary stuff in the police station. So she had so many opportunities to leave, and she even went to the door once and then came back in.
Yeah. Again, like, why would you?
Terrifier. Okay, I've got to look this one up. Plus, she's hot. When she had him on the ground, and instead of beating him senseless, she starts yelling at him.
Oh yeah. No, you beat the crap out of the person.
This is a very female thing to do.
You can scream at them while beating them up.
Guys don't stop to beat the shit out of you to yell at you. They don't do that. Women will do that because they want to know they're right. I'm sorry! Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Go ahead. Damn it, Sparky, you were supposed to be devil's advocate and say that I was a misogynist or something.
No,
You're
because
a
I know a lot of people
misogynist.
who are like that.
You're a misogynist! Okay, we'll move on. Oh, look, the Chris Hemsworth. Cabin in the Woods. I didn't know Chris Hemsworth was in Cabin in the Woods. So he actually went down to the creepy basement that opened by itself. You know, I had that the first iteration that I played in Phasmophobia. I walked, and as I walked in, I'm like, oh, where's the ghost? And then the door opens.
This goes back to what I was telling you about that apartment that I was in, when we would just come home and the basement door would be open, and it had a lock on it on the outside, and it still would pop open for no reason.
Oh god, that's creepy.
And I never went down there because I was just like, I've already seen shadow people upstairs. I ain't going downstairs.
Oh, The Evil Dead. Oh god, one of my favorites. In the reboot, there's
Don't
absolutely
read the book.
zero reason the teacher should have read from the book, right? Right?
It kind of goes to like the Mummy as well. Like, no harm ever came from reading a book. It's like, clearly you haven't heard.
What keeps you alive? In this movie, the protagonist actually manages to escape from her psycho wife, okay, and then goes back so she can confront her for some reason. You know,
like, you survived. That's a win as of itself. Just keep going.
Here's the thing. How many people out there go back to tell their exes they're better off without them? First off, you really shouldn't do that, because by going back to talk to your ex, you are admitting that you miss them. You really are. Second, it could get you killed. Could get you killed. All right? It's not a good idea.
Do it over text or over a phone call.
Don't do it
far,
over text.
far away.
Don't do it over text. What is wrong with you? Once you've cut it off, the only reason you should ever contact your ex is for a booty call.
Or to get your shit back.
Debatable. If you're contacting them to get a blouse back, you're an idiot. PlayStation 5?
Oh, no, I don't mean like that, like getting your dog back, or like, yeah. I don't mean anything like, clothes can be replaced, jewelry can be replaced, a pet though, it's like, no.
The Shining. In the original, the mother barely escapes her psycho killer husband, but after a struggle, when she manages to lock him in the freezer downstairs, only so she runs back upstairs to take a nap. Wait, doesn't he die outside, though?
Yeah, but the thing you have to understand about The Shining is it's not canon. It's not... The movie's way different than the book, and Stanley Kubrick went a completely different direction than Stephen King was looking for.
Dawn of the Dead. I would argue that one of the biggest horror movie fails ever was the decision made by the biker gang in this movie. They're a bunch of idiots, and I don't understand how any of them survived as long as they did. One pies a zombie in the face as a gag, and I remember one of them gets eaten while stopping to use a blood pressure machine. These are starting to get dumb. Oh, look, she's blonde and has big tits. She definitely died. Jennifer Lawrence's character hears the thumping noise coming from the basement and decides to investigate.
Yeah, no.
She should have sent her boyfriend. Get out of the house. No, she should have sent her boyfriend.
No! Get out of the house!
Why not just
She's like, no, babe, we gotta go.
I would have sent my boyfriend. I'd have been like, hey, babe, go check that out. I thought I heard something. And I hear him go, ah! And I'm like, ah! Good thing I didn't go downstairs. I'm going out the front door. Maybe grab a knife on the way out. I
And
would've
check
told
the
him.
car before you leave. There
Check
might be a second.
I haven't watched Wolf Creek. Have you watched Wolf Creek?
I don't think so.
It follows. A truly great film. I will never understand the pool scene. I can't believe these kids really thought they could they could electrocute a monster.
Yeah. I mean,
Eh.
the thought is there. Like, they put thought into, like, oh, maybe we can electrocute them. But that's, like, a little over the top, honestly.
I have got to be... Yes. In Alien, why did Captain Dallas really have to hunt the alien by himself? He's absolutely right. Yeah. No, absolutely right. What the fuck were you thinking?
Oh, but the Wolf Creek one does have a point. Like, why not double tap when you shoot?
The Wolf Creek?
Yeah,
when
the
the
one...
main girl didn't double tap Mickey.
Yeah.
We have a
Why
saying in the
not double
army.
tap just to be safe?
We have a saying in the army: 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
Oh, yeah.
Pet Cemetery. In the iteration of the story, how did it literally no one decided to just build a fence to block the extremely dangerous road?
Yeah, because it was like, what was it? Like a big giant Mack truck goes by really, really fast every time.
Right.
And then again, tell your kids, like, I don't care if the ball goes across the road. We'll get a new ball. Do not leave the fricking yard.
I'm not sure about the Saw one. The Ring. Okay. The Ring. I have truly never been able to comprehend why anyone chose to watch the videotape.
Hey! And they tell you beforehand that it's going to be bad, and they did it anyway.
I always figured that was like... I always figured that The Ring was to show naturally rebellious people that they're a bunch of assholes. Because... You know there's some motherfucker out there that's like, I'm going to give you this tape, but you don't watch it. Don't watch it. Here you go. But don't watch it. Don't watch it. And they hand it to you and they're like, motherfucker, you ain't got to tell me shit. I know what I can and cannot do. And if I want to watch a tape, I'm going to watch it. And then they die. I always figured that's what it was. Trying to shallow the gene pool of disagreeable people. I mean, that's just my opinion, of course. Just my opinion. All right, the last one, ATM. There is a bit in this movie, but there's this one of the guys getting his ass kicked, and the girl holds the other guy back and just let him die.
Alright, so my thing is, okay, so there are 3 fear responses. There's fight, there's flight, and then there is freeze. Like, there are some people who, when they are faced with those situations, they literally just freeze. They literally cannot move.
You misquoted that. It's fight, flight, or prey.
I like freeze better, but you know.
But prey's more accurate.
Deer in the headlights. Like,
prey is definitely more accurate. No, I'm on board with you, but why did she stop the other... I'm gonna have to watch this. Why did she stop the other guy from whooping the guy's ass?
Right, there's 3 people there, and... I don't know. I'm one of those people who will, like, scream at the screen when someone does something stupid. Oh yeah, let's go into this really creepy house!
I can just see Rooster sitting there. Chilling, watching the film, and you go, no! No! What are you doing? He goes, oh my god! What? What? I could just see this right now. I can see this in my head happening. You've done this, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
You've scared the shit out of your husband, screaming at a horror flick.
I've scared the shit out of him when he was playing 7 Days once, because I saw a zombie, and I didn't know if he had seen it. I was like, oh shit! And he had already seen it, but me saying, oh shit, scared him. And jumped him.
I have good news for you. Before we're done for the day, I have good news for you and Rooster. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. Where is the 7 days to die? I wasn't planning on doing this, but you just reminded me of something. General, off-topic, wiki. No, we don't want to create a ticket server. Help, adverts. No. Nope. Okay. New Reddit. No. Oh, I want to go all the way down. New Reddit, I need some help. No.
So basically,
So-
if you find yourself in a horror movie setting, 1, stick together. 2, arm yourself. 3, when you get to the car, check your surroundings.
Mhm.
Never assume that the killer is dead, and if you want to make sure, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
2 to the chest, 1 to the head. It'll take care of it. But I did have something for you. So, 7 days to die. Port to console.
Never answer the phone if you're home alone and you're not expecting any calls.
I can't find it anymore, but I did want to tell you at some point, Sparky, 7 Days to Die is working right now with a publisher. They were able to sue and get the rights back, and they're going to update the console.
Oh, yes.
If you look through on my Discord, you'll find it. You'll find the announcement under the 7 Days to Die.
Okay.
So I've been trying to. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right here. Here it is. Right here. Is console happening? Okay. Information and updates on the console right here. So many are speculating for the future of 7 Days to Die console for Fun Pimps wanted to be transparent as possible. After a long and tedious legal process in a closed auction, excuse me, they have reacquired full console publishing rights on current and all future 7 Days to Die on PS4 and Xbox One. Alcohol getting to me.
Oh, so sweet.
As far as the updates, the console has not gotten a meaningful update since July 2017. All right. But there it is right now. After a lengthy process, they were able to finally win back their rights to publish. If a lot of you guys didn't know, 7 Days to Die, one of the main games of the channel, they have been in a very long legal process regarding the publish. So the publisher that took on 7 Days to Die to publish it onto console went out of business and went bankrupt in the middle of publishing 7 Days to Die during Alpha 14. What happened was the agency decided that they didn't want to give the publishing rights back to Fun Pimps to have them be able to update it, so it got pushed out and sort of left behind. It's annoying and it's frustrating, and a lot of people have been... I mean, if you look at their Twitter feed, every time they do an update, you always have like 5 or 6 people on there bitching about how the console hasn't had an update in years. This is why. And they just want it back, so hopefully we see some things happening.
Right, because it would only make sense that they would want to, like, make some more money and, like, put out that,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
that
I'm
content.
I'm surprised they don't do, like, a yearly subscription. I am genuinely surprised they don't do a yearly subscription.
Right, because even that would gain enough revenue where they'd be able to, like, continue to support.
Every time they put out a major update, I'd be happy to put $10 towards it.
Right?
Every time they do, they went from like Alpha 18 to Alpha 19. I would put $5 or $10 towards it. I would put 5 or 10. Like if they made it $5, I would be happy to. I'm always happy to every time. Like right now, they got a sale going on. on Humble Bumble for like a couple bucks. So it's really good. But all right, guys. I think we're coming to a close on that. Sparky, thank you for joining. We are going to do another one in October before I go on vacation about
Yes.
how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Right. I'm very excited for this.
Bring
I
your
think you and I are.
hatchets.
Yes.
Bring your hatchets.
But I think you and I, like, we both would be able to survive the apocalypse, but we'll get more into that when we get to the actual podcast. But, like.
Yeah, I would just have to kill my wife, which would really suck because she works with generalized people. But yeah, for me, I would be at home, so I would have a much greater chance of surviving the zombie apocalypse because I work from home. I think people that work from home are going to have, because if a virus is going to break out and take out a huge chunk of the population, like we see with COVID, I haven't gotten COVID, and it's not because I'm super safe. It's because I work from home. And I'm an extreme introvert, so I just sit in my basement.
But also, I mean, like, survival. Like, you've had to go through survival type situations, and you're not like a city person who doesn't know how to find, clean water or build a shelter or, any of that.
It's true.
But
It's true. Yeah, you live in the middle of nowhere, so you have a...
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it never happens. Or hopefully it does.
Right. But that's why it's going to be
neighbors?
hypothetical. That's why it's going to be hypothetical zombie apocalypse.
Hypothetical zombie apocalypse. What would you do? What were the steps that you would take, and how do you survive?
Exactly.
What is scrumptious, and what is not so scrumptious? Twinkies last forever. So that's it for today, guys. Everybody, thank you for joining. This should publish on Monday, August 30th, and we'll go from there, and I'll see you guys next week. If you guys want to be on the podcast, just PM me and say, hey, Jen, I would like, and have a subject ready. All material will be provided by you, and I'll just be happy to get on and give my opinion and go through it. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining. And don't forget to share, like, subscribe. If you do like my content, sharing is the best way to grow our community. Have a good one.